today on an all-new Dr. Phil.
My daughter thinks she's pregnant, and she's not.
She actually thinks her baby's Jesus.
I am pregnant!
And it is Jesus. No one is going to deny him, because he is my Savior.
Mom claims her daughter's delusional.
Did you tell people you were on American Idol?
No.
Just now, you said, maybe I was.
And a compulsive liar.
Some of her lies are Eminem was her dad. She donated a kidney to her half-brother.
My mom only got pregnant with me because my brother was so sick.
You mean like she had you for parts?
That's another lie.
You are not a lie detector test, and you need to shut it.
Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
I try to be an emotional compass and point you in the right direction.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. Well, you know, having a baby is a dream come true for most families. Despite the joy, many women just days away from delivery say they are swollen, uncomfortable, can barely walk, and are ready to pop that baby out. My next guest, Haley, says she's 9 days away from giving birth, and she looks like this. Her mom, Kristi, and sister, Adriana, say they are at their wits' end because Haley is a delusional liar. Now, that's their terms, not mine. Now, according to them, Haley's lies include telling people that rap star Eminem is her father, that she's been diagnosed as paranoid schizophrenic, and that she donated a kidney to her brother. Well, according to Mom Kristi, Haley is not Eminem's daughter. She's never been diagnosed as paranoid schizophrenic. She's never donated a kidney to her brother. And they say her biggest lie of all is when she says she's 9 months pregnant with a son named Jesus. In fact, the soon-to-be-born baby is not just called Jesus because Haley says he is actually the Son of God. Well, the only catch, Kristi says Haley is not pregnant. Not even close.
I
not
am
pregnant,
pregnant.
you're delusional, and you're
Then
crazy.
why are you denying my kid?
Because you're not pregnant.
My daughter thinks she's pregnant, and she's not. My daughter is a compulsive liar and delusional.
She lives in like her own little fantasy world. My sister Haley is crazy. She actually thinks her baby's Jesus.
The first time I heard her say that, she was saying it was Jesus Christ in her stomach.
That's all you can say. You're not pregnant. You're not pregnant. You're just jealous.
I looked at her like she had lost her mind. She was just going off into a delusional tailspin.
She's not pregnant and never has been.
I gave her 2 home pregnancy tests, and they came up negative, and then I took her to the clinic, and they even did a pelvic exam, and it was all negative. And then I took her to the health department, and they gave her a pregnancy test, and it came up negative.
We're the health department. The health department. They already denied my baby. I'm still showing. He's fully kicking, and I am pregnant. So what are we gonna do about it?
If it's coming out of Haley's mouth, that's usually a lie.
She manipulates her way through sex, bribing someone.
And some of her lies are the rapper Eminem was her dad, she donated a kidney to her half-brother, and that she was a contestant on American Idol.
She lies and exaggerates everything.
I got a letter in the mail from Medicaid saying she had pregnant woman's Medicaid. It used to be the only way you could get that was if you were pregnant. I think it's impossible for her to be pregnant. I can't keep living like this. We have to treat her like she's actually pregnant to avoid conflict. I'm hoping Dr. Phil can let me know if this is part of her act or does she really need help.
What you're going to hear are some really outrageous things that would be pretty funny to hear, but I want to ask you to really restrain yourself and, not laugh and kind of make a joke out of this, because if she is in fact delusional, then she does believe this. And so we need to treat all guests with dignity and respect, but certainly someone that might be vulnerable in that regard. So as you just heard, despite 2 negative home pregnancy tests and 4 negative urine tests given by doctors, Haley is adamant that she is giving birth in 9 days. She says she wants to prove to everyone, including me, that her son, Jesus, is real.
There is no what if. I am pregnant. And it is Jesus.
I'm 9 months pregnant. My family, my friends, my pastors at church, they don't believe that I'm pregnant.
I'm not stupid. I'm not crazy. I'm tired of playing these games, and it's about to be over with.
I am now days away from giving birth, and they're like, you're not pregnant, you're too tiny, you're probably just getting fat.
One of my biggest temptations is wanting to whack you across the head. I know it's Jesus. I don't care if my family disowns me. It really comes down to if you're a true believer in Jesus or not. I know it's Jesus.
I know you're crazy.
There's no denying that. I know my pregnancy is real. I've gained at least 22 pounds. I was sleeping one night and my baby punched the bottom of my stomach and kicked me up. And I can feel his head right here. It's like right below my belly button. I took 6 urine tests and they all came back negative. So I specifically asked for a blood drawn pregnancy test because I have a rare blood type. The doctors have refused to give me a blood test. I don't care what the home pregnancy test or the doctor say. When I give birth to my baby, no one is going to deny him because he is my savior.
Okay, it's good to meet all of you. And tell me, Haley, do you feel tension in your family right now?
Definitely.
And tell me what the tension's about in your view.
Well, I mean, we still argue a bunch. Like, even the other night, we got into an argument because I was trying to sleep, and they walked in, and she was talking, Adriana was talking out, and I just started going off, and she decided to act like an idiot.
We weren't talking.
She started recording me, and, you know, little things already kind of make me mad, and so I'm always timid, and it feels like it's not going to stop.
The whole reason we got in a fight and stuff is because she was acting crazy. She was going off because we had woken up because we were brushing our teeth, and she was just started going ballistic, crazy, just yelling and screaming, and got in Mom's face. And
She put her hands on me again in the hotel room. She was talking crazy prior to that to her going off that evening. Mm-hmm. She was saying that everybody was saying GD in her head, and she said it was making her crazy.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
We were fighting, but my mom had jumped in the middle while she was recording me going nuts. And so I had pushed my mom back because my mom was in my face and Adriana was standing directly behind her. Okay. So I didn't want my mom to get in between me and Adriana because she decided that she was...
No, Mom was in between us because you were acting crazy, acting like you were going to do something towards me.
You were trying to swing at me as soon as you walked out of the door.
That's so not
I have
true.
a red mark that one of the guys
have it all on
noticed
video.
on my chest.
And I have it all on video.
No, not while you were walking
Yes,
out
I
the
do.
door.
Okay, who recorded this?
I did.
Okay.
I have a video.
Adriana started recording it because they were trying to fight, and I was trying to stay in the middle of it, telling them stop, stop, stop. Adriana started recording it, and I was just trying to make them stop. It got loud. Security was called. I was so embarrassed.
Well, I know the security was called because it's our hotel.
I know.
And they keep us apprised of that. Let's take a look at the video and see what actually happened.
You're psychotic, and you need help.
I'm sick of it, Haley.
Why you're scared because you can't crouch. Jesus.
Quit yelling!
Get out of Mom's face.
Get out of my face with your phone!
Get out of Mom's face.
Get out of my face. Get out of the face. And
Stop!
don't touch me again.
You just jumped up on me! I'm pregnant! What do you expect?
So things get heated pretty quick.
Yes.
Definitely.
Okay. And none of you want that. And when you say she's put her hands on you, what do you mean?
She shoved me, and I fell over the bed because when she shoved me, my leg hit the bed, and I fell over.
You did not fall over.
Yes,
She
I
did.
did. And I hit
Where's the
my toe on
video
the
at?
bed.
It was right before
Oh, so you
you
didn't
did
get
that.
it recorded?
Right before,
You didn't get it recorded, did you?
right after that, I did.
Did you get it recorded?
You have
She
to put
did
your
not
hands
fall
on.
over.
Yes, she did.
Just like you didn't get it recorded when he hit me, or when you hit me.
I do.
Yeah.
I actually have it
The
on the
hotel
video.
guard saw it, and I still probably have the mark.
Your understanding is that you're paranoid schizophrenic.
Yes, sir. I hear voices in my head all the time.
She's never been diagnosed. She diagnosed herself.
And later,
That was my first ultrasound. I could feel him kick and stuff.
do you believe this baby is the Son of God?
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you the results of the ultrasound.
You're psychotic, and you need help.
I'm sick of it, Haley.
Why you're scared? Because you can't cry out to Jesus.
Quit yelling out of Mom's face.
Get out of my face with your phone.
Get out of Mom's face.
Get out of my face. Get out of the face. And
Stop!
Don't touch me again.
You just jumped up on me. I'm pregnant. What do you expect?
So you guys get combative,
Yes.
and that's not good,
No,
right?
no.
Okay. So what do you think brings this tension on?
Well, I'm already pregnant as it is, and me and my mom, we have never really been very close to begin with, and I've had all of this going on, and I'm a paranoid schizophrenic at that, and she knows exactly what pushes my buttons, and she does.
How do you know that you're paranoid schizophrenic?
Well, when I had got signed into rehab, I had to sit down, and after I took in my medications, I was talking to my doctor, and he got me kind of high off my medications, and he was like asking me a bunch of questions, and he was like, "Okay, Haley, I'm diagnosing you finally with paranoid schizophrenia," and I was like, "I'm not crazy," and well, I started looking up the symptoms on my phone, trying to figure out more of paranoid schizophrenia for myself. And I finally had to come to terms with myself that I did have these things. And I started noticing things like I cannot walk into a room without having to check everywhere, the closets, underneath the bed, in the bathroom, and stuff like that, without thinking somebody's in there. I can't, pee with the light on. Sometimes I take a shower with the light off so I can be more relaxed. And it's all the symptoms of paranoid schizophrenia. And
Okay, so because we've examined the records and that diagnosis was not written down. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's not written down.
She's never been diagnosed. She diagnosed herself.
Okay. Well, I'm talking to her.
I'm sorry.
it's on one of my papers. It's specifically under this one paper with a little sticky note. And it says she has a disease, a mental disease like paranoid schizophrenia. And I don't know what doctor it was from or anything because I didn't really get a look at the papers. But
Well, doctors are very specific about this. So it's not a sticky note definition. It's a very specific definition, diagnosis that's entered in, and it has to be done for the hospital records. And no one, I'm not saying that you're not, but no one has ever entered that into your records. I'm not saying they shouldn't, or maybe they don't need to,
I
but
got medication for it and everything.
what did they give you?
They gave me Triliptol, Seroquel, Ativan, an entire list. And I mean, it was half of what my mom takes. My mom takes over 600 milligrams of every prescription that she's prescribed. I got 300 milligrams in Seroquel. That can make a person, that'd probably make you sleep for a week.
Yeah, might.
But that made me sleep for a
Okay,
while.
well, so your belief is, and I'm not saying I've seen all the paperwork, there may be other paperwork. So your understanding is that you're paranoid schizophrenic.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is it your understanding that schizophrenia is a psychotic disorder?
Yes.
It's a psychosis.
Yes.
And is it your understanding that one of the characteristics of psychosis is that you have a difficult time separating reality from fantasy.
Definitely.
That would be one of the real markers of psychosis. A person that's experiencing a psychosis has a difficult time knowing what's real and what's fantasy, what's grounded in reality and is factual versus what they might perceive to be true, but in fact is not something that would be verified by others or would be borne out by verifiable fact.
Yeah, like I hear voices and stuff in my head all the time.
Okay. Well,
And
some that are experiencing an active psychosis have auditory hallucinations. Not all, some. Sometimes, not always, but some people have them sometimes. Do you have any visual hallucinations? Do you see things that
yes,
you've come to believe
I've
aren't
seen
actually
shadows.
there?
Ever since I was a little bitty, I've always seen shadows and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear things and stuff like that. But then I'm actually starting to notice some other things. Like I said, like when I was sitting out near the pool the other day, I could have sworn that I had heard my mom's mom. Like, I thought I heard her talking.
Okay.
And I started going around the hotel. And I've seen her shadow, and I've seen her. So.
And let me say this, the fact that you have an intellectual understanding of this and are able to talk about it and discuss is very encouraging. The fact that you can experience something emotionally and then intellectually kind of remove yourself from it and talk about it is very encouraging, because it allows you to check yourself and say, well, in that I know that I sometimes have a difficult time separating fantasy from reality, so I know I have to check myself and rely on someone I trust sometimes or other data to see whether this is real or imagined is very helpful. And I have to say, I really object to using the term crazy.
Right.
That's a derogatory term. And I know you don't mean it in that way, it's just kind of a summary term.
Right.
But that's a derogatory term, because to me, mental illness is just that, it's an illness.
Right.
It's just like having arthritis or diabetes or something else. There's nothing derogatory about it. But when you say crazy, it's like it's an accusation. Mm-hmm. And if you really believe that she suffers from a mental illness, I would think it would be something that you would have compassion for her about, rather than something you would attack her over.
Right. It's kind of hard to have compassion and stuff with her when she's highly disrespectful. She's ungrateful. And every time, I try to do something for her, I get yelled at, cussed at, threatened, or anything else.
You understand,
so
one of the characteristics, though, of certain types of mental illness, there's a certain narcissistic quality to it, a lack of empathy for other people. They tend to have an inability to really understand the impact of their actions.
Right.
So that would go with that. I'm not saying it makes it easy to deal with.
Right.
But if you understand that that's part of what's going on. Let's take a quick break. Next, we're going to find out why Haley says a simple prayer on Christmas Eve is the reason that she's been blessed with her own Savior. We're going to talk about that next.
I conceived my baby the night of December 31st. I had prayed that I could have a kid. A week or two later, I felt something in my stomach go doom, and I was like, I'm pregnant.
And later, you see Eminem, your father?
She knows who her dad is.
Oh my gosh, there he is, yeah.
Do you really believe you're...
Oh, I do, yes I do. My baby loves chocolate milk. When I drink chocolate milk, I can feel him kick. It's a happy kick, He's like, yeah. It calms me and him down. I can tell when he's about to have his adrenaline rush. Plus, I can tell when I'm about to have mine. Both of ours combined together, that's not a good feeling at all. He knew I was about to get chocolate milk. He sometimes kicks or hits me. He didn't kick this time. He hit me a little bit when I was going to the fridge, and as soon as I opened the door, he hit me a little bit on the bottom of my left side.
Haley believes that she is pregnant with an active baby boy who loves it when she drinks chocolate milk and is due in 9 days. Her mother, Kristi, and her sister, Adriana, say Haley is delusional and there's no way she's pregnant. Haley actually says, I agree with part of that. She says, I am delusional, because she says that she has been diagnosed and, in fact, accepts the fact that she's paranoid schizophrenic, which is a psychotic disorder which involves delusions in many cases. But Haley says they need to face the reality and stop denying her baby Jesus. Take a look.
I'm naming my baby Jesus. I conceived my baby the night of December 31st, and I was living with my ex. We had had sex that night. I had prayed that I could have a kid. I wanted to start a family. A week or two later, I felt something in my stomach go doom, and I was like, I'm pregnant. He doesn't like that I'm sleeping on my back because he's facing up. Like, I know because he hits me and I can feel his little feet. He gets his feet up in my ribs sometimes. Feel it in there. I like breathe really heavily and push him down. And I'm scared that his like little toes are gonna break or something. I'm definitely looking forward to being a mom. I would need a baby crib, diapers, baby formula. I had like little baby clothes for him and stuff, but it got stolen. I had a baby book for him. I feel like my baby is going to change everything for me because he is something that I have fought so hard for. I had really no love, but every time I feel him kick or when I get something to eat and he pokes out just a little bit more, it makes me realize that I have something, I have a responsibility that I have to take care of, and all the petty things in life just seem to vanish.
How do you know it's a boy?
I can tell because of the colors that I see and...
The colors you see?
Yes.
How so?
Because when I finally accepted that I was a paranoid schizophrenic, I really don't see colors, you know. I don't listen to anybody. I just kind of do my own thing. And I finally started seeing colors. Like, I knew I was pregnant. Like, you know, obviously I'm not going to lie. But I started seeing, like, colors like blue and green. And I was drinking, like, stuff I wouldn't normally drink, like Mountain Dew and beef jerky and stuff. And I know, you know, girls can eat that stuff too, but, I mean...
You think Mountain Dew and beef jerky means boy?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I don't know. I can't drink Mountain Dew and eat beef jerky, so I don't know if that means boy. But you're drinking chocolate milk.
Yes.
And she's told you she's eating for two.
Yes.
And you say he loved the Mexican food you ate the other day.
Yeah.
How do you know that he loved it?
It was the cheese and stuff because he didn't let me eat it first. Like I would regurgitate it, and usually, like, I don't eat very much in the first place. So that's when I knew I was pregnant. I started eating a bunch. Like
she eats all the time. You eat all the time.
I've been eating a lot lately, even when I didn't want to, because when I'm around them too, I really don't want to eat.
That's bullcrap. She would eat.
You don't make me want to eat. You make me
We
want
cannot
to
stop
puke.
her from eating. She's eating all the time.
Well, you had a picture that you had posted on one of your social media platforms in a bathing suit after you were pregnant, and it was it didn't look like a pregnant picture. You were in a bathing suit. It was kind of from the side, and I think at that point you were 2 or 3 months pregnant. That
is not when. No, I am pregnant, but that picture was from a long time ago.
But that wasn't taken while you were pregnant.
No.
Okay. You posted it last month, but it was taken a long time ago.
Like 2014 or 2015.
Before you got pregnant.
Oh yeah, that was a long.
Well, I was wondering because you just posted it last month.
Oh, it was my profile picture. I reset it as my profile picture.
Your mother and sister think you lie. Have you told some things that aren't true?
You
are not a lie detector test, and you need to shut it.
So I'm trying to find out what you know to be true and what you don't know to be true. You said, I donated a kidney to my brother.
I didn't know this was going to go on.
Closed captioning provided by your mother and sister think you lie. Have you told some things that aren't true? Not the pregnancy, because you say that is true, but have you told some things that aren't true?
Yeah, I lie about where I'm going and stuff sometimes.
Well, I made a list, and we've talked about the pregnancy. You say it's a boy. You say you're seeing colors now. You say you're eating for two. You say the baby likes you drinking chocolate milk. You're going to breastfeed, right? You've made that decision.
I don't think I can breastfeed because...
So you may not breastfeed.
I may not.
Why not?
Well, I don't think anything's like producing in my boobs right now, but they said, I've had some people tell me that maybe after I give birth, then that's when my boobs will produce some milk, but I may not be able to. I'm just going to have to see what happens.
Well, I made a list of the things that you two have said that you believe are lies. Mm-hmm. One is, you don't believe she's pregnant. You say, I'm 9 days away from giving birth. You don't believe that.
Right.
I've had my tonsils taken out. Did you have your tonsils taken out?
Did I?
No.
Well, you said you did.
I don't think that was me. I don't think I've had my tonsils taken out.
Well, you said you did. Did she say she did?
Yeah, she did.
And you've told doctors on your records that you did.
Yes, that's where we saw it. On the records.
I don't remember saying that.
It was on your records from the health department that you put on there saying that your tonsils were moved.
Records from the health department?
Mm-hmm, I saw it.
That I put on the records from the health department?
Yes, that you had your tonsils
taken
out.
What's that?
I did not say that I had my tonsils taken out.
Okay. You said my mom was doing meth when she was pregnant with me.
Yeah.
Were you doing meth when you were pregnant?
No, not at all. Never, no. With her, when I was pregnant with her, I almost stopped smoking cigarettes. I mean, I was clean with all my pregnancies.
Okay. You said, and to us, you said I spoke full sentences before I started crawling.
Yeah.
No,
I've been in the doctor's office.
Well, not crawling, walking.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing because, you know, a baby stands up and anyways, but yeah. You can swim when the baby first
I've never stolen from my mom.
That's a lie.
You said I donated a kidney to my brother.
That's a lie.
Did you donate a kidney to your brother?
I have not donated a kidney to my brother, but my mom told me while she was mad at me one day that I think it was probably my sister. It was one of them, and that I was born. My mom only had gotten pregnant with me to use me as a guinea pig for my brother because he was so sick.
No,
That's another lie.
So you mean like you were a parts department, or she had you for parts?
So, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
no, you were a surprise.
Yeah, says the one who lets this guy into your house and call me a hoe and kick me out while I'm pregnant.
Oh, whatever.
Okay, well, listen, I'm trying to find out what you know to be true and what you don't know to be true. You said, I donated a kidney to my brother. Do you know that you said that?
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I did not say that.
Yes, you did.
You are not a lie detector test, and you need to shut
I
it.
don't need one to know that
You need
that's
to
a lie
shut
when
it.
You did say that.
You need to be quiet.
It was on the records from the health department that we picked up and gave to them.
I did not say that.
You didn't.
Yes, you did.
Not that you said it. You told them. You told the people at the health department that because it was on the records, and I saw it right before we sent them out.
Okay, this is helpful to me because I need to know if you realize that you said that, because it's in writing that you said it. I'm just trying to see if you recall saying that,
Okay, well, I didn't say that. I'm sorry, Dr. Phil. I didn't say that.
I don't know whether you do or not. I'm just asking
But, I
you.
mean, you know, they're also trying to say that I don't have paranoid schizophrenia when all in the paperwork.
We never said that.
So I didn't
We
say
never
that.
tried to say that.
I don't know what that is. That needs to get off the screen. Like, I don't recall anything because I didn't say that.
Haley tells people that she's paranoid schizophrenic, but she's never been diagnosed.
I have been prescribed medication for my paranoid schizophrenia.
I wasn't talking to you.
She's been sent to 2 mental hospitals and she puts on a show and they end up letting her go.
Closed captioning provided by
OWN has your weekend covered.
Hi, my name's Tracy. Y'all ready to have a good time?
With premieres every Friday and Saturday.
You have not met him in 12 years?
Catch the new series The Never Ever Mets on Fridays.
No topic is off limits.
It's getting very intense.
And Saturdays, don't miss fresh episodes of Love and Marriage Huntsville.
I can't wait to see how this gonna go. Me too. Ooh, the tea just got piping hot.
Weekends, all new Friday and Saturday at 8, 7 Central, only on OWN.
She went low, and I went lower.
I don't know if I ever really gave you the details. You can forgive a person, but you don't forget. You have to be held accountable.
That's the dude you chose.
That's the dude you chosen to be a friend
That's
with.
the dude you had 3 kids with, 4 kids with.
I know him. I got some questions. You get what you put out.
There's too many things.
As nice guys, we get the short end of the stick.
What?
Love and Marriage Huntsville, all new Saturday, 8, 7 Central.
Your hair is amazing.
So moisturized.
It's not a myth. It's native.
Bamboo HR is your complete HR, payroll, and benefits platform where everything works together in one place.
With the Blink Mini 2 smart security camera, it's easy to stay connected.
On my way.
See you soon.
Setup is simple. Just plug it in, inside or outside. Experience night view in color and get smart notifications like person detection. Stay connected with Blink Mini 2.
Welcome to Sapphire Lounge by the Club. With craft cocktails, locally inspired menus, and plenty of space to relax. It's what an airport lounge is supposed to be. Chase Sapphire Reserve. Make more of what's yours.
Spring into savings this moving season with Pods. Save up to 25% now on moving and storage and see why Pods has been trusted with over 6 million moves. But don't wait. Save up to 25% now. Visit pods.com today.
Now a sneak peek of the all-new series, The Never Ever Mets.
Starting tomorrow, you guys as guests or a family member will come here to meet your significant other.
Oh, Lord. I enjoyed it. She enjoyed it.
He spoke to another woman in the house. Another woman?
You're getting hot right now.
Yeah, I'm f***ing upset.
The Never Ever Mets, all new Friday, 8, 7 Central. And stream on Max.
I think you're a lovely girl, but I just heard you have a boyfriend. You need to leave the villa. You don't belong here. We're single.
How much uglier can it get? Bam, bam, bam! Whoa! It's a lot of mirrors. Wow!
Join me on my search for the ugliest house in America.
Mamma mia!
Season finale Monday night at 9 on HGTV.
I'm a real crazy bitch. My doctor diagnosed me with paranoid schizophrenia.
Haley tells people that she's paranoid schizophrenic, but she's never been diagnosed.
I have been prescribed medication for my paranoid schizophrenia, but I can't take it right now because I'm pregnant.
She's one person 1 minute and completely different person in the next minute.
I wasn't talking to you. Nobody's talking to you, little hoe.
You're the whore.
Shut up. You're the whore.
I think Haley's problem is that she has a problem with lying, and I do think it's a mixture with a mental illness. She's been sent to 2 mental hospitals and nothing has been accomplished. Every time she puts on a show, like everything's fine and they end up letting her go.
There was one time that she did go away to a place and they kept her for a month or 2. Then she came out taking a mood stabilizer. She did okay, and she started taking it when she felt like it and not taking it right, and she went downhill pretty quick.
My medications, they make me kind of loopy, tired, kind of angry sometimes.
My biggest fear is that Haley's gonna hurt herself or someone's gonna hurt her.
Have you said that you have your GED?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes, I do. No, you did not. I went to ASU for 2 weeks. No, you did not. After I had got out of school, and my paperwork is at my house. No, you did not. That is one of the things that I forgot to grab.
You got kicked out like sophomore year.
She does not have her GED.
Yes, I do.
No, you
When
do not.
she started taking the
Yes, I
classes,
do.
and then she started leaving there to go get
All my
rides with
stuff.
other
Look,
people
Dr.
and
Phil,
never
when I had gotten
finished.
kicked out of the house, there was this cab, like a little tiny truck with just a bed in it. You know, it's ran down. It's sitting in the back of my yard in like mud that's sinking. I had to put all my stuff in there, and it's my paperwork. It has my GED papers, my folder, and all of that in it.
Well, but there'll be a record that it was
Yes.
issued, and the place that you say you got your GED says they never issued you a GED. How would you explain that?
Do you have a video?
I'm just saying, if that's true, how would you explain that?
But I know I didn't say that.
Okay, and you say you know you have a GED, but if they
Yes,
don't have a
I do
record
have
of
a
you getting a GED,
I have it.
but you didn't bring it?
No, I didn't bring it because I didn't know it was going to be, I didn't know this was going to go on. I didn't know this was going to go on. So, but yes, I have my GED.
And what was your score on your GED, do you recall?
I just passed it. I had to take it like twice. You can only take it 3 times before you have to start paying for it. And I failed the first time because, you know, you have to do it computer on the computer and whatnot. And I failed it once, so I had to go back and take it. That's why it took me 2 weeks. And I got it on the second time. It said that I passed my GED test because I had to take the GED ready test first, and then I went and took the GED test, and I passed it. And I think the score that I had made on my reading and my math and stuff like that, it was like average or something, so.
I've had a job and driver's permit since age 14. I give every check to my family.
Yes, that's true.
So you have a driver's permit since you were 14?
Yeah, I've had a worker's permit since I was 14. When we had first moved, I told him I wanted to work at Kroger. And so I went with my stepdad and got my worker's permit.
I have a lawyer to help get my disability check.
Yes.
Do you have a lawyer?
I do have a lawyer, yes. It took me quite a while to find him because there's not very many disability lawyers. But yes, I do have a lawyer for my disability check.
Okay. Let's take a break. Coming up, if Haley is indeed about to give birth, who is going to take care of the baby? We're going to talk about that after the break. Have you been on American Idol?
It looked like me, like maybe.
You were either on American Idol or you weren't.
It looked like me on a video singing into a microphone. After I have the kid, you're not going to be around him, that's for sure. I'm so disappointed in you.
But yet you want to live in my house and you wanted me to take care of it.
I never asked you.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, you did. Yes,
you did. You're lying.
I didn't ask you to take care of it. I asked you to help me and to believe that I was pregnant when everybody else was going to deny him.
Well, 19-year-old Haley insists she's 9 months pregnant despite 6 negative pregnancy tests and a family who says that she's actually lying. She also claims she's been on American Idol, that Eminem is her father, and she says that she's been diagnosed as paranoid schizophrenic. Have you been on American Idol?
I was invited to it, and I had this guy come up to me. I think I was drinking at a party, and he was like, "You were on American Idol, weren't you?" And he showed me this video, and it looked just like me. And I was like, I probably was. Like, I don't really know. And so this guy went around saying, "Haley's on American Idol, Haley's on American Idol." And I was like, okay, yeah, that's not really true, but I have a bunch of rumors about me, so.
Well, have you told people you were on American Idol?
I have not told people I was on American Idol.
Has she told people she was on American Idol?
Yes, she did.
How do you know?
Because they were, when she had first started going to school when we moved there at Arkansas, all the kids were coming to me and asking me because that's what she had told them.
Okay. Did you tell people you were on American Idol?
I didn't tell anybody I was on American Idol. There was this guy that just went around saying that I was on American Idol. And he showed me this video, like I said.
And you said, maybe I was?
No, I didn't say,
Well, just now you said, like, maybe I was.
it looked like me. Like, maybe I could have been somewhere where they were videotaping.
How do you
like,
forget if you
I've
were on
done
American
karaoke and whatnot, but, I mean, it looked like me.
Well, you were either on American Idol or you weren't.
It looked like me on a video singing into a microphone. So, I you know, anybody can do anything with a video. This guy came up to me and he was like, were you on American Idol? And I
Well,
was
no,
like,
I'm asking you. I'm not asking what some guy saw you. I'm asking you if you were on American Idol.
no, I didn't say that I was on American Idol.
Did you tell people you were on American Idol?
I did not tell people I was on American Idol.
Okay, so you were not on American Idol and you didn't tell people you were on American Idol.
Exactly.
Okay. Did you tell people that Eminem is your father?
Yes, I did.
She knows who her dad is.
Do you really believe you're...
Oh, I do. Yes, I do. I don't think it's that crazy, honestly.
Closed captioning provided by... We're out of time for today. Haley asked for an ultrasound to prove to everyone that her baby, named Jesus, is in fact real. So we called in an ultrasound technician and an ER doctor, and we're going to reveal those results tomorrow. Find out if Kristi, Adriana, and all the doctors and clinics are the ones living in denial, or if Haley really is giving birth in less than 2 weeks. If Haley isn't pregnant, how will she handle the truth? You do not want to miss tomorrow. I want to thank all of my guests today. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.
All new Dr. Phil. Her family says she's a liar
I know I'm pregnant. I'm not crazy.
and delusional.
I'm naming my baby Jesus.
Do you believe this baby is the Son of God?
Yes.
If the baby never shows up, what do you say?
I feel him kick all the time, Dr. Phil. I will be giving birth. I'm not going to deny my baby. And that's going to be the end of this conversation until I get my ultrasound on stage in front of the world.
Today,
The ultrasound was performed on Haley.
what will the results reveal?
I'm sorry, Dr. Stork, but you can't lie to Jesus. You can stick that little ultrasound.
Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
I try to be an emotional compass and point you in the right direction.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. Well, yesterday we met Haley, who is adamant that she is 9 months pregnant and going to give birth to an active baby any day now. Haley claims her baby is a boy, not just any boy, but Jesus, the Son of God. She is furious that no one, including her mother Kristi, sister Adriana, and multiple doctors and clinics believe that she is pregnant. Now, Kristi and Adriana say they can't tell if Haley is a compulsive liar or just plain delusional because every word out of her mouth is a lie. Now, here's what happened yesterday.
There is no what if. I am pregnant.
And it is Jesus. I'm 9 months pregnant. My family, my friends, my pastors at church, they don't believe that I'm pregnant.
I'm not stupid. I'm not crazy. I'm tired of playing these games, and it's about to be over with.
I am now days away from giving birth.
She's not pregnant and never has been.
I gave her 2 home pregnancy tests and they came up negative, and then I took her to the clinic and they even did a pelvic exam and it was all negative. And then I took her to the health department and they gave her a pregnancy test and it came up negative.
I know my pregnancy is real. I've gained at least 22 pounds. I was sleeping one night and my baby punched the bottom of my stomach and kicked me up. And I can feel his head right here. It's like right below my belly button.
We've talked about the pregnancy. You say it's a boy. You say you're eating for 2. You say the baby likes you drinking chocolate milk. She's told you she's eating for 2.
Yes.
You say he loved the Mexican food you ate the other day.
Yeah.
How do you know that he loved it?
It was the cheese and stuff because like I don't eat very much in the first place. So that's when I knew I was pregnant. I started eating a bunch.
Haley, do you feel tension in your family right now?
We still argue a bunch. Like even the other night when we were at the hotel, we got into an argument.
Get your ass in that bed and yelling
Out of mom's face.
Get out of my face with your phone.
Get out of mom's face.
Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Get out of the face and
Stop! Get out of that bed. Touch me again.
You just jumped up on me. I'm pregnant. What do you expect?
Your mother and sister think you lie. Have you told some things that aren't true?
Yeah.
My daughter is a compulsive liar and delusional.
She lives in like her own little fantasy world. My sister Haley is crazy.
You said, I donated a kidney to my brother.
That's a lie.
Have you told people you were on American Idol?
I have not told people I was on American Idol.
Has she told people she was on American Idol?
Yes, she did.
That's all you can say. You're not pregnant. You're not pregnant. You're just jealous.
You guys get combative.
Yes.
So what do you think brings this tension on?
Well, I'm already pregnant as it is, and me and my mom, we have never been close. I'm a paranoid schizophrenic at that.
We've examined the records, and that diagnosis was not written down.
She's never been diagnosed. She diagnosed herself.
Is it your understanding that one of the characteristics of psychosis is that you have a difficult time separating reality from fantasy?
Definitely.
Did you tell people that Eminem is your father?
Yes, I did, actually. Yeah, I did.
Is he your father?
I am not sure. My mom has pictures of a guy that looks just like Eminem. Like, I'm not even kidding. Looks just like him, and I'm sitting on his lap and everything.
No.
And that wasn't Eminem. It was a family member.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there he is, yeah. Just like that,
No.
except without the
No.
hat, and he always wears
No.
a white t-shirt.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Okay. So you have told people Eminem's your father?
Yeah. There's this picture of me when I was little. It's on my Facebook.
I've seen the picture.
Yeah.
Do you really believe you're...
Oh, I do. Yes, I do.
You believe he's your father?
Yeah.
She knows who her dad is.
But don't you think that would be something that would be
Kind of crazy.
kind of noteworthy if
I mean, kids. Everybody has kids all the
Eminem
time.
was your
and
father? I mean, don't you think...
I don't think it's that crazy, honestly.
How would your mother have met
Are you kidding?
Eminem?
Well, let's see. I've met quite a few famous people in my life. I've dated. Do you know Harding University?
Oh my God, here goes another
I
story.
dated their quarterback.
Do you think that if Eminem was your father, that you would have had some contact with him, or...
I did try to contact him actually through my Instagram. I tried to contact him, looking up his number, like a private number, to call him or a secretary or something like that. And I never got a call back or an answer back or anything like that. And I was trying to get a DNA test
Are you maybe saying this because he does have a daughter named Haley?
Yeah. Yeah. He has Haley's song. Like I checked that out too. And I mean, it's my baby picture. Like that's me. Like you can compare the photos of me. That's me when I was little. And it looks just like Eminem. And I found it on his page, on Eminem's page.
Well, but that's not you. That's his daughter, Haley. That's a different human being. That's not you. Are you suggesting he has two daughters named Haley?
Who knows how many daughters he has?
Named Haley.
Well, not named Haley, probably. I don't know. I just... Oh my gosh. Look, looks like me. I have pictures of this dude in my mom's little notebook collection that she keeps in the closet that she never lets me look at.
His name's Mikey, and it's
Well,
a family movie.
this is his daughter, Haley.
Yes, it is. Oh my gosh. It looks just like my friend. What's her name?
I don't know, but it doesn't look like you.
I know, does it? It's weird because I had the same haircut in middle school.
Yeah.
But I didn't look anything like that.
So that's his daughter, and I'm not showing the picture because I don't want to violate her privacy, but that's not you. That's his daughter, Haley.
Well, he may have another daughter that he doesn't know about.
You?
Probably, yes.
Oh.
I have that baby picture, yes.
Oh.
And I have tons of pictures in my mom's closet that I
So
found.
your theory is he has two daughters named Haley. Like, here's my daughter Haley, here's my other daughter Haley?
Yeah.
Okay, now, I talked about your intellect, that you're able to intellectually step back and look at this. Does that make common sense to you?
Sometimes babies get switched at birth in the hospital.
But that's not even what you're saying. You're not saying that babies got switched at birth at the hospital.
That is what I'm saying because...
No, you're saying that he has two daughters named Haley. This is one and you're the other. That your mother had an intimate relationship with this rapper from Detroit and that you're the product of that.
Yeah. Yes, that's not crazy either. Because sometimes kids do get switched at birth in the hospital.
Not when he's
And I
from
have
Detroit
pictures.
and you
I
were
have
born
pictures.
in Memphis.
I have pictures.
You're not saying that they got switched. You're saying that there are two of you.
All I'm saying is that I have pictures with this dude. And it's me because I have pictures in the same dress. I have by myself. I have pictures with the same hair color and everything. And it just happens to be that guy in the picture holding me.
Well, actually, it's not this guy. In fact, it actually doesn't look like this guy at all.
No.
Can you pull up the picture?
It's not that. We already saw the picture. It's not him.
Tell me why you would believe that he's your father.
Because the guy that I was staying with in Tennessee, we just never had anything in common, you know? Like, I never saw him as a father figure. I just kind of saw him as, like, this dude who got to take care of me when my mom dropped me off. And I finally sat down with him one day, and I was like, hey, Dad, like, I grew up calling him Dad. I was like, am I really your daughter? And he started acting completely weird. He was like, yeah, I'm your daughter. Yeah, you're my daughter, why would you say stuff like that, Haley? And I was like, all right, I'm getting a DNA test. I want a DNA test, and he denied me for getting a DNA test. And then my mom started acting weird. Oh, that is your dad. I saw the DNA test, girl. It's 96.89.
She has the DNA test. Mom has the
daughter.
DNA test. They got
showed you the DNA test.
And I
They
was
had
like,
one whenever she was
okay, well
first
then
born.
show me the paper.
I have.
And
She
then-
has.
No, you haven't.
Just
I've
the
seen the
other day,
paper.
not
I haven't
too long
seen
ago.
I
You
don't
were
care
right
what
there.
you see. I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, but
I
how did
haven't
you go
seen
from
it.
that to
talking to.
Eminem? There's a lot of choices.
I know. Well, I saw that photo, and then I remember seeing my baby pictures. And so I put two and two together, and I just tried to contact the dude and being like, hey bro, can you give me a DNA test? Come on now.
All right, coming up, Haley says she's here to prove to everyone that her baby is real. She asked for an ultrasound. We gave her one. We're going to reveal the results after the break.
That was my first ultrasound. I could feel him kick and stuff.
I'm here to tell you the results of the ultrasound.
And later, do you believe this baby is the Son of God?
Yeah. In the Bible, it specifically says that Satan comes to the world and deceives everybody.
What do you think you're doing?
You're the Antichrist.
I didn't even get an ultrasound. And an ultrasound won't hurt the baby.
Haley, if you're that far along, you will show up pregnant on a urine test.
Not everyone.
And like an ultrasound, something. They gave me a little pee cup test. That is all they did. It's really aggravating me. There's no more discussion of whether I'm pregnant or not. His name's going to be Jesus. I am pregnant, and I'm not going to deny my child. And that's going to be the end of this conversation until I get my ultrasound on stage in front of the world.
During our interviews with Haley, she told us she needed an ultrasound to prove her pregnancy. So we had a technician conduct the examination on the set of my son Jay's show, The Doctors. So let's look at Haley taking the ultrasound she believes will finally prove that Jesus is on his way.
Lay down right here.
First, I am going to have you lift up your shirt just a little bit.
This is my first ultrasound.
I'm just going to tuck this in. There's going to be a little bit of cold gel on you, okay?
Can you see him?
Well, the doctor will give you any results.
Well, joining us now is Dr. Travis Stork. He's ER physician and host of the Emmy Award-winning show, The Doctors. So please welcome Dr. Stork. I guess there's a certain irony here that your name is Dr. Stork, and we're talking about a baby here. So you asked for an ultrasound. And how did that go? Was the technician nice to you? And
it was really nice. Like that was my first ultrasound, and it was kind of weird. Like she was pressing really hard and stuff, and I could feel him kick and stuff, but it was kind of weird.
Right.
The gel was really cold.
And Dr. Stork, this was done on the set of The Doctors because you have created examination rooms over there and have an amazing array of equipment on the set over there, correct?
We do, and The Doctors, for anyone who's seen it, knows that, yes, we're a show, but yeah, we have exam rooms, we have ultrasound machines. So this morning was when the ultrasound was performed on Haley, and we do have some footage of it.
Okay. Well, can you walk us through it? We're going to show it right here. You can either approach it or from there, either one, whichever you'd like to do.
Well, you know, it's interesting because, Dr. Phil, the most notable thing on this ultrasound isn't what we see, it's what we don't see. And this is a pelvic ultrasound, and the ultrasound machine is basically showing your abdomen, the area exactly where you would expect to see the pregnancy. And there is no baby. And the most notable thing, again, if you compare this, and this is scanning all across your abdomen and your pelvis, looking everywhere. And if you look there, look with me, it is scanning every possible area where your baby would be, and there's no baby. And if you show this, Dr. Phil, a still image of Haley's next to what an ultrasound would look like this far along, at 8.5 months, the baby is almost fully developed. That is what an ultrasound would look like on the right-hand side up there. Again, you can see the head of the baby, you can see the body of the baby, but in your ultrasound, there's no baby.
Well, Dr. Stork, she says that she is 9 days away from delivery, which is virtually full term.
You very clearly see the head here, you see the body, but over here, the one thing that the ultrasonographer said is that Haley did have dilated loops of bowel. And as she was pushing with the probe, those loops of bowel were moving around, and she was distended. And we talked a little bit about that, but as far as the actual ultrasound image, there's absolutely no indication of a pregnancy. And ultrasound doesn't always show a pregnancy until maybe 5 or 6 weeks along, but there's absolutely no way Haley's giving birth in 9 days. That's something you could have been feeling.
You're Dr. Stork, but you can't lie to Jesus.
That's why we gave you the ultrasound today.
You can stick that little ultrasound
Oh my gosh.
And later,
I have paranoid schizophrenia, and I have not been able to work because of it. And I'm tired of house jumping, whore hopping, cocaine sniffing my way through life.
that's the picture of your abdomen looking into the uterus. This is a picture of what you would see with a woman that is 9 days away from delivery.
How do I say this? I am pregnant. I'm not going to deny my baby.
No, what I'm asking you is,
That ultrasound looks like
let's harken back to something we talked about
I
early
feel him
on.
kick all the time, Dr. Phil.
It's called bowel movements.
It's not called bowel movement.
Okay, talk about that, Travis. What's she experiencing there?
The one thing that the ultrasonographer noticed when she was putting the probe on your belly, you have dilated loops of bowel. What that means is there's some air in your intestines, and when she was moving the probe, those little loops move around. And that when you felt down there and you felt something moving, that was just your bowel moving.
Told you.
And she noted that on the exam, that that's some of what you were recognizing and feeling, and she acknowledged that that's something you could have been
Sorry,
feeling.
Dr. Stork, but you can't lie to Jesus. You can
I'm sorry?
stick me with all the depot shots that you want to, but he is not going to die. And you can stick that little ultrasound.
I can't hear
Oh
you.
my gosh, that was so
I
disrespectful.
couldn't hear what you said.
I have no skin in this game, and I am not here to judge you in any way or what you're going through. I'm solely here to tell you the results of the ultrasound. And Haley, that is your ultrasound, and there's nothing I can say to you other than you are not pregnant.
Like I said,
I'm so sorry, Dr.
So
Stork.
sorry.
I apologize
It's okay.
for her.
It is okay. It is okay.
Thank you for taking care of her.
Let me go back to something that you and I talked about earlier. I complimented you earlier that one of the things that I was really pleased about is that you had the intellectual ability to understand what you said your diagnosis was, which was paranoid schizophrenia, correct? You said you understood that one of the characteristics of that diagnosis was that you sometimes might have difficulty separating fantasy from reality. That sometimes those things blur and it's hard to know what's real and what's not real. And you said, yes, I recognize that's one of the characteristics of psychosis, one of the characteristics of schizophrenia. And I don't know that you have this condition of paranoid schizophrenia. But if you do, then you have acknowledged an understanding that there could be those situations where you had a difficult time separating what was real versus what was imagined or what was fantasy. And if that's true, then you have to acknowledge that one of the things that could be a fantasy with you is that you're pregnant. There actually is a condition called pseudocyesis, which is a false pregnancy where you have all of the symptoms of pregnancy and your body actually gives you all the signals. Correct, Travis?
Absolutely true, and that's one of the things that was noted on your exam, that you do have a distended abdomen, and again, the movements of your bowel could resemble the movements in some ways, if you're touching there, of what you thought or perceived to be a baby. The only way to prove one way or the other is through formal tests, and that's why we gave you the ultrasound today.
I know I'm pregnant. I'm not crazy.
Today is 9 days away from when you say that you're going to deliver. If you don't have a child...
I'm pregnant. I am not going to die with a baby. My baby is Jesus.
Okay.
Bless, man.
Closed captioning provided by... Today is 9 days away from when you say that you're going to deliver. And when 9 days comes and goes and there's no delivery, then what do you say then?
There will be a delivery.
Well, but when if there's not, and if you're being reasonable and rational, then you have to be willing to accept that hypothetical. And if you aren't willing to accept the hypothetical, then you're just being unreasonable. So I've been very reasonable with you and going down every path and considering everything. So you have to go down the path with me. If the 9 days comes and goes and there's no delivery, just do hypothetically with me, then what do you say?
I'm still not going to deny my baby.
But if the baby never shows up, what do you say?
He is going to show up.
Okay, but I'm asking you...
I'm not being hypothetical. I'm not being maybe, like I said, that ultrasound is...
I'm not asking about the ultrasound.
I'm pregnant.
Saying...
I am not going to die with a baby. My baby is Jesus. But yeah, I will be giving birth.
God
okay.
Bless, man.
Hypothetically, if you don't have a child, what will be your theory or explanation at that point?
Dr. Phil, I'm not going to deny my baby. I'm not being hypothetical about I am going to give birth, and I'm not going to be what if. So can we just drop the conversation?
Well, you're being very unreasonable with me when I've been very reasonable with you.
I'm not going to deny my baby.
I'm not asking you to deny your baby. That's very melodramatic. I'm asking you to
I'm
just
not
have
preparing for what if. I know, so I'm not going to say what if.
You don't have to prepare for what if. I'm just asking you to have a hypothetical discussion with me.
Because I don't want to talk about it anymore. I just don't want to talk about it.
You have one belief system that you're pregnant. I'm asking you to discuss a hypothetical belief system that you might not be.
I'm not going to discuss that because I am pregnant. I'm not going to deny my baby. I'm not going to say, what if I'm not pregnant?
As long as you know you're pregnant, then what is the risk in discussing the hypothetical?
Because his name is Jesus. I'm naming my baby Jesus. So if I believe or even say that what if I'm not pregnant, that would be denying my baby. So I'm not going to say that because I don't believe that.
Do you believe this?
I am pregnant.
Do you believe this baby that you think you're going to have is the Son of God?
Yeah.
Pardon me?
Yes.
But you know that the Son of God was born 2016 years ago.
This is Jesus, okay?
But you know Jesus was born 2016 years ago.
Did the Bible say that?
Yes.
You do remember in the Bible it specifically says somewhere in there that Satan comes to the world and deceives everybody.
It's called the Antichrist, and then it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Antichrist. And deceives the world.
What do you think you're doing?
You're the Antichrist.
Okay.
My bad.
We're going to take a break. Coming up, we're going to find out why Adriana says Haley is using the baby to cope with the terrible things that happened to them both as children.
When my mom kicked me out of the house, I was forced onto the streets. I was homeless. I blame my mom for everything that has happened to me.
Closed captioning provided by...
When my mom kicked me out of the house, I was forced onto the streets. I was homeless for over a year and a half. I encountered all kinds of bad things. It's really scary when I was homeless because I had to do things in order to stay at a certain place. I had to do like sexual things. I blame my mom for everything that has happened to me. She kicked me out because my stepdad, he just didn't like me. My mom always put her relationships before me.
Kristi says her daughter Haley needs to face certain realities and live up to her full potential. Kristi says she's not sure if this is the right diagnosis that she believes that she has. She just really doesn't know how to help her daughter. But she does want her to move past this hurdle. Adriana says the same thing. She says they've both been through some very difficult times in their life, and people have different reactions to that. Adriana, what are you talking about?
When we were kids, we were sexually molested and abused, and I started getting the proper treatment that I needed and stuff, and I feel like if Haley could come to reality and stop living in a fantasy world and be honest with herself and others, I feel like she can be where I am at.
Well, you were very forthcoming with us about that. You were very honest about it, and there's been, life hasn't always been a smooth ride for you, right?
It hasn't been a smooth ride for me, no.
Yeah. And that, I wonder sometimes if you underestimate the impact that something like that can have.
Well, I haven't been able to take my medication. I have not been able to take my medication at all.
Mm-hmm.
And they denied me for my disability, and I'm homeless. So that's another issue.
Mm-hmm.
I need my disability check, Dr. Phil, or I'm going to die.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even kidding. I need help.
Well, I do want to help you with that. And you've also, along the way, you've taken drugs as well, correct?
Yeah.
You've done meth.
Yes.
And the reason I say that I don't know what the proper diagnosis is for you is for two reasons. One, it would be terribly unprofessional of me to assign a diagnosis to you, because to do that, you have to go through a very sophisticated process. I mean, to just sit here and talk to you and say, oh, well, I think she's this. Look, you've got to go through a very structured evaluation. You've got to use very sophisticated psychometrics. You've got to go through a whole process.
Yes, but it says specifically in my papers that I have paranoid schizophrenia, and I have not been able to work because of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm tired of house jumping, whore hopping, cocaine sniffing, butt licking my way through life, because obviously I have something going on, and before it's another massacre, we need to go ahead and get my medicine back on track and get my disability going.
Well, let's work on that, because you do have some diagnoses that I've seen that have been assigned to you. As recently as September of 2013, depressive disorder, oppositional defiant disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder. February 11 of 2016, auditory hallucinations. February 18, bipolar mixed psychosis, depression.
Yeah, it's right there, that paper right there.
Let's go look.
This condition can be due to mental disease like schizophrenia, hallucinations, and delusions. That's paranoid schizophrenia. My final diagnosis, it's paranoid schizophrenia.
Yeah, well, you may, that's not what that says, but you may be right. I'm not disagreeing with you. But it also says that drug abusers here.
I already went to rehab for that. Like, I went to rehab for that. This is after I went to rehab, because I got my medications for this.
I understand, but let me show you something, because you're a very bright young woman. Let me show you something that goes on when you put drugs into a brain. We're looking at a brain that is healthy on the left, and what you're seeing is reduced metabolism here. This is called the orbitofrontal cortex. You see this right here? And this is the part of your brain that does a lot of the executive functions. It helps you organize your thinking and be efficient in the things that you do. And what we're seeing is you've got a lot of reduced function here when you have a brain that has had a lot of drug activity. When you come over here, here the healthy brain is on the right. And this is pointing to what's called the anterior cingulate area. And this is what you see lit up when you have a history with drugs and there's been a history of addiction. And this has to do with so much of what you're experiencing right now. And I expect that if we scanned your brain, it would look very much like this, where this area is overactive, okay? And when you come down here, this is an area here that should be largely red, but it's not. It should look like this, it looks like this, and again, this is an area that involves emotion, control, reasoning, and I think if we were to look at your brain right now, it would be really different because of the drugs that you've poured in there, and you mix that with mental illness, and it's very difficult for you to reason your way through this. Now, what you've said is that you want to get things under control, you want to get your medications right, you want to figure out what you need to do, if you need to have disability, if you need to be able to get yourself under control, if you need to stop hopping from couches, stop doing whatever you have to do on the street to exist.
Exactly.
I want to help you do that. Will you let me help you do that?
Yes.
I'm going to take a break, and when we come back, I'm going to tell you exactly how I intend to get this done. And boy, oh boy, am I bringing in some big guns to do it. We'll be right back. I've been assessing this situation, and I listened to what you asked me to be able to help you do. And I want to do that. And when I have the ability to reach out to what I consider to be the best on the globe, to me, that's an organization called Creative Care. And their name is no accident, by the way, Creative Care, because they custom tailor everything they do with a multidisciplinary staff of professionals to exactly what every individual needs. And they're based in Calabasas. It's a very intimate 6-bed facility, and it's located on a private wooded property in Malibu Canyon. And this is headed by Dr. Kaligi, who I have known for years. He is one of the most foremost leading professionals in the mental health profession. Dr. Mannion works with him. She is just so compassionate, so caring, so competent. These folks are cutting edge. This is Dr. Kaligi. This is Dr. Mannion right here.
Hi, Haley.
Dr. Kaligi, good to see you again. Dr. Mannion.
You too, Dr.
Thank you.
You've been listening here the whole way. This is a delightful young woman here.
Yes.
And I think that you are the answer for her.
This is exactly what we deal with in our facility. So I think you, like Dr. Phil said, we create a program specifically for you. We have a whole team of professionals. We're going to work with you specifically about those issues.
The family therapy is going to be a big part of this treatment.
Right. And if she were to need to give birth 9 days from now, you are fully equipped with professionals to handle that.
We can get her to the right place.
That's
if she
right.
needs
That's what I'm
to do
saying.
that.
You can
Yes.
get her to the hospital, whatever needed to be done. They can give you the full support that you need there. And so this is my gift to you, to get you everything that you need, get you regulated and on the right track. So I want to make this gift to you. Will you accept that gift from me?
Yeah.
I want to thank my guests today. A special thank you to Dr. Travis Stork from the Doctors. Let me tell you guys, if you're not watching the Doctors every day, you need to find them on your dial and you need to watch them. I don't say that because it's my son's show, although it is my son's show. But I'm telling you, it is cutting edge information that keeps you on top of what you need to know to manage the health of you and your family. And of course, a special thank you to Dr. Kaligi and Dr. Mannion from Creative Care Calabasas and diagnostic medical sonographer Jackie Dominguez. I want to thank her as well. If you want to know more about Creative Care, go to drphil.com. I'm going to have a link there so you can find out everything you need to know about these wonderful and caring folks. We will see you next time. Thank you so much. Good to see you.
My experience on the Dr. Phil show was pretty good, but he denied my kid, and I didn't really like it. Even after they showed me my ultrasound, I still believe that I'm pregnant. I still feel him move and everything. Like, I'm not gonna deny my kid. I am pregnant. Like, I felt him move. This is the funny thing. It was right under my rib. He had his foot right here, and she goes, she sticks me with a thing or whatever, and she presses really hard down, and he moved over here, and I was like, I felt him move, and I was like, oh my god.